Don't allow other people's vision of you to be your vision of you. Hey, hi guys. Welcome to another episode of TFM's Transformation Mondays, where you're tuned in with Nicholas Johnson, your motivator, your inspirator, your elevator, and I'm here to bring you some information that you can use for transformation. Because at the end of the day, if we don't decide to transform our lives, who will? One of the things that I want to talk to you guys today is about erasing the limits. You know, to let's stop placing limitation on our lives. You know, and think about what would our life would be like if we didn't have any limits, or if we lived life without any limits or without any restrictions. How much greater could it be? How much more could we get accomplished? You know, what creations could we come up with? You know, these are the things that we have to start thinking about, and that I myself even think about when we really decide to erase the chains, to take the chains off and erase the limits. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I started in undergrad. You know, I did a lot in music, and it's just a small snapshot of my life. You know, I was doing a lot of music, hip hop, running around the city, selling my records. I had a lot of people were familiar with my songs. I had sold over 20, 30,000 units of my record, and I had done that out of my own hands. So, you know, to a lot of people, to most of the times, hip hop artists, you know, they have this stigma of not being educated, you know, coming from, you know, everybody, you know, if you came from the hood, you're supposed to stay in the hood. Not at all. So I had an idea of becoming more. You know, in a lot of people's view, they just saw me as a hip hop artist. You know, a young guy, you know, came up from not an affluent background, went through a lot of struggles in life, but fighting to find something better and his way out of something better, which is why I put so much in to, you know, promote my music. So I decided to go to college. Now, that was erasing the limits. That was the next step and the next stage in erasing the limits. I didn't think about myself as being some, you know, artist that wasn't intelligent. So it was a challenge. I decided to go to college. When I got to college, I decided not to be an ordinary student. So I got involved in the organizations. When I got involved with those organizations, I saw myself succeeding in those organizations. A whole world opened up for me, a whole another world that I was exposed to that I didn't know about. You know, they say when a student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear. Where there were people that were meant to be in my life that I didn't have no idea of before I decided to take the steps to go to college. But after making that decision and sticking with that decision, I met some mentors, some great mentors, you know, that poured a lot into my life and introduced me to different organizations and different skill sets that I have that I didn't know about. So shortly after, I said, hey, I thought to myself, I'm succeeding in school when a lot of people thought that I couldn't. I'm spearheading a lot of these organizations when a lot of people thought that I couldn't. Why not just become the king and the president over the entire school? Another instance in taking the limits. Don't allow other people's vision of you to be your vision of you. You know, just because people may see you one way, you make sure that you see yourself as who it is that you want to be and that you know you could be. So when I got exposed to these different things, my vision of me started to change. I started to see that I'm much more than just an artist. I can be a businessman. I can motivate. I can talk to people. My life, my story, will encourage people. And I'm a leader at the end of the day. So I decided to step up in a leadership position. So I had the credentials for it. I campaigned for it as if I was the president. And it turned out I became, Mr. Harris State University, the king over the entire school. Uh, when much is given, there's much is required. So there was a level of responsibility that came along with that leadership, and there was a level of discipline, that was required for that responsibility and for that level of leadership, which taught me a lot. So that's just one instance in my life where I felt that I needed to erase the chains. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of instances in your life as well. Another one we could think about Michael Jordan. It was said back in high school that he was cut from the basketball team. Who knew back then that he would become one of the greatest players that ever played basketball? But Michael Jordan didn't allow those limits that other people was placing on him back then to become the overall vision of who he is. It was said that when Martin Luther King graduated from college that his grades was unfavorable. I think about a lot of companies, if you don't have a certain GPA, that most companies, most times, are not going to hire you. But you may be intelligent. Some situations may happen, throughout the year, and that may affect your GPA. But at the same time, you might not be meeting the requirement that they need you to meet. So there's a limit. But look who Martin Luther King became. One of the greatest leaders that this world has ever seen. That's still talked about today. He have his own holiday. Malcolm X. Look at a great leader that he became. But look who he started out as. Pimp. A guy that did drugs, sold drugs. He has gone to jail. But he didn't allow those limits and other people's vision to become the overall vision of who he was. He was able to rise above all of those things. Which tells you that regardless of what you don't have right now and who you are right now and where you are right now, doesn't have to be the place where you have to stay. You can move beyond that. You can grow beyond that. You can become more if you decide to put in the work that's needed to become more. Look who Malcolm X became. A lot of people forgot about who he was because of who he is now. And they don't tell you, once you start working and working on who it is that you want to become and getting past those limits and those limitations, for some reason, it's almost like it creates a smoke screen of your past self. And that's the beauty about it. So I just want to tell you guys to achieve high, aim high. Don't place limitations on your life. Whoever it is that you want to become, do it now. Become that person now. If you want to become that basketball player and you say you want to become the best and you never played a day of basketball in your life, start studying the game. Start working on it every day. If you want to become that engineer, find out what classes do you need to take. Succeed in those classes. If you want to become that famous track runner and outdo Usain Bolt and run faster than him, make sure you start working on that every day. Work out. Run the laps. Put in the work. Don't say, I'm going to be a track runner and I'm just happy with making the team. Stop being happy with just being on the team. Become a leader. Lead the team. Lead the race. It's in you. You have been designed for success. You have been empowered. Once we entered this world, we was empowered with everything we need. We was given everything we need. I'm a man of faith. And I think about, the Bible when it said we was made dominion over this earth with the power to call all things as we should want it. Use your power. Tap into it. Stop settling for less. Yeah, you might not have grew up in an affluent background. Your mother and father may not, have gone to college before. You might not have the resources or the connections that you may feel that you need to advance. But don't despise small beginnings. Everything is not going to always be perfect. It's okay to start off where you are right now and make mistakes right now. Just make sure that you fail forward. So it's not really a fail because you got something up out of it. And when you start where you are right now, you're erasing the limits. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me. I'm Nicholas Johnson, your motivator, your inspirator, your elevator, and understand on the Vizio Network, we will be bringing to you TFM's Transformation Mondays every Monday. I love you guys. If you have questions, things that you want to talk about, make sure that you send your information to the email, and we'll do everything that it is that's possible to get back in contact with you. Stay tuned.